some alcohol and here we go. Senor Batman, Senor Batman, Senor Batman, Senor Batman, Senor Batman, Senor Batman, Senor Batman.
Hola, senors, it is I, whoop, Senor Batman, and I am back. Week 12 we're already in it. It's Thursday night. Week 12 has started, but I haven't been around a while. We need to wrap up week 8, 9, 10, and 11. So we're going to do kind of an express version of the wrap up. I'll do a little bit better for week 11 since that was last week. But week 8, 9, 10, 11, and you might be like, hey, Senor, where have you been? Well, in case you haven't been paying attention to anything but fantasy football, we just had an election in this country, and I had to make sure I wasn't going to get deported. And, so I had to find somewhere to go, and then I found out that this new president doesn't like people who eat pussy, and I'm like, I'm leaving this country anyways. So now I've got my new digs. So you don't have to deport my ass. If I can't eat pussy, I'm out. I'm gone. I'm leaving. See you later, alligator. All right, so whatever. I can watch football from there. They got other places to watch football. So anyways, that's all I'm saying. Anyhow, moving on. We got a lot of football to cover. So this looks like it's crooked to me. What are we doing here? This is amateur hour. What is going on? Anyhow, so let's get right to the wrap-ups. We got a lot of wrapping up to do. We got to wrap up something over there. Then we got to go over here and wrap someone there. Then we got to wrap someone over there. It's like there's a bunch of things to do. There's so many, all right? First up, week 8. Go all the way back to week 8. Let me paint the picture going into week 8. The Bears were coming off a bye week, going against the Washington Commanders, looking like they were a team to beat. Week 8 also, there was a lot of other shit going on that I can't really remember. For one, Tinker McTinkerton was near the top of the standings, I believe. So was Slay City Slayers. Bohex Pitt was on the rise, as was Bijan Badness. So we'll get all into that. Little preview, but let's get into these wrap-ups. I'm going to go kind of quick, and then if I see something that looks like kind of interesting, we'll click into it. But we're going to try and click through these a little quicker. A lot of close matchups in Week 8. First and mostly, Tinker McTinkerton versus Dame Daniels. I believe way back then this was my matchup of the week going into the week, just because it's, the two rosters, at least the cores of the two championship teams the year before. Well, Tinker McTinkerton gets the victory, 120.36 to 120.16. Just click into it real quick, and you will see Jordan Mason on Sunday Night Football couldn't get more than 2 points. Cost him his week. So Dame Daniels takes a loss in week 8. Tinker gets the victory. Bohax Pitt beats you like that in a high-scoring affair. Slacey Slayers and McLovin have a very close matchup, and Slay City takes a close loss. Both of them under 100 shit weeks, but McLovin thrives and gets the little bit more points to get the victory. I mean, a little less than a point. High-quality H2O with a big score. That's another thing. High-quality H2O going into this week was garbage. Shit. So, I mean, here he is. 136. Bill Cosby also was reeling going into this week. 121. Good score, but not enough to beat his brother. 136.9 to 121.4. Bill Cosby takes the loss. High quality to the victory. And last but not least, Bijan Badness gets a big victory. 131 to 113. Not a bad score for Fearboner, which I don't know if his name was Fearboner yet. Still might have been here so I don't get fined. But regardless, Fearboner takes that. And then finally, last but not least, Bohawks Boner, which wasn't his name, I know for a fact, beats I Am the Liquor, 128 to 94. and that is week 8, week 9. Wow. Bijan Badness versus Tinker McTinkerton. Two, potential playoffs teams, especially for Bijan. Tinker looking still like he should make the playoffs, but not a sure bet by any means. Takes a loss in week 9, 152 to 103. Bijan Badness with a really good score in the victory. Next up, Boex Pitt ekes out a win against McLevin, 104 to 101. High quality H2O with another big 130 plus score, and Slay City with another under 100 shitty score, 136 to 85. So high quality gets another victory. Fear Boner gets back on track with a 132 score to beat Bill Cosby at 111. And last but not, two more. You Like That beats I Am the Liquor, 132 to 114. Dame Daniels beats Bo Hawks Boner, 131 to 98. Getting himself back on track after the crap lost the week before. Week 10. Tinker versus Fear Boner. Fear Boner has one of the worst scores maybe ever. I don't know if we can see league history from here. Nope, we cannot. But if we could, you'd probably see that he is on that list of maybe worst scores ever with only 56 points. Tinker doesn't have an impressive score. 114 under his projection, but gets the victory. And then Bohax fucking Pitt, 189 to Bohawks Boner of 70. Just 189, highest score of the season so far. Holy shit, 189 points. But gets a big victory and a name change over there. You Like That beats down Slay City Slayers. Not the best score. 111 isn't some holy shit score, but 70. It's just getting worse for Slay City in week 10. Only 70 points. This team is just falling apart down the stretch. You hate to see it. And not even, losing's one thing, but he had so many points to start the year. You would have thought that would have been enough to coast him to the playoffs. Incorrect. His team shutting down. You Like That gets the victory. Slay City with the loss. McLovin, Bill Cosby, 99 to 75 by McLovin. Bill Cosby's bad luck continues. Started 2-0. Has not won since, I believe. I believe that's how that's gone. Cosby looks pretty sad there. I'd be sad too if I could only score 75 points in week 10. Bijan Badness giving high quality H2 a check down and saying, hey, remember who's the fucking main. It's me. 130 to 115, but still a decent score for high quality, especially after the start he had. I Am the Liquor gets back in the winner's condo, barely ekes out a victory, less than a point, 124 to 123. So after Damn Daniels gets back from the shitty loss the week before, he comes back, gets a win, and then this week takes another close shitty loss. Those ones hurt. And then we get to last week, week 11. And I will do a little bit more in depth on these so that you get your fill. Tinker McTinkerton versus High Quality H2O. High Quality H2O pretty much gets a beatdown victory. 135.46, back in the 130s after 1 week down to 100.40, barely breaking 100. Tinker, gotta be honest, we were looking at those scores. None of those scores were very impressive the last few weeks. Kind of feels like his team is kind of breaking down late. We kind of like Slay City, maybe not as bad, but that is very interesting to watch. What happened? Well, Russell Wilson, for one, Kyler Murray was out, 6.3 points, is not going to cut it at the quarterback position, especially when across the aisle is Brock Purdy getting 20 points. Gibbs and Cook pretty much canceled out. Pollard had a bad game. Kyron Williams had a bad game for him. A.J. Brown had a bad game. Puka Nacua and Justin Jefferson did not. Garrett Wilson had a really bad game. Brock Bowers got it canceled out by Jonnu Smith. And then you got the flexes were pretty fine. Dell and Quinton get a little bit more. Bates more on the kicker. Defense, he got more here. But when all's said and done, really, Garrett Wilson and Kareem Hunt not doing much, and Cedric Tillman not doing. A lot of these players didn't do nothing, and that's how it goes down when you fucking don't have players that aren't scoring, you're going to take a loss. And High Quality Show gets his third victory of the year. So now that I'm seeing this, what that tells me is he had no victories going into week 8. And now he's got 3 now that I'm back. So will now me being back shift his luck back to shit? We'll find out. Next up, Bohex Pitt versus I Am the Liquor. Well, Bohex Pitt takes a loss after a few weeks of just domination with that 189 score that 1 week. 146 to 126. I Am the Liquor gets a very important victory for his quest to get to that number 1 seed. He's 1 game out still, but so is Bohex Pitt. If Bijan slips up, one of these two could slip up there and take that, I believe it's $100 for winning the regular season. So and there's 3 weeks left after this week. After week 11, week 12, 13, 14. That's it. We'll get more to that in a second. But let's see what happened. What happened? Lamar Jackson, who is his Bohex Pitt's bread and butter, did not have a bread and butter type game. Not awful. I mean, but it's not good. It's one of those games where you go, man, you really want your quarterbacks to be getting like 20 points. 16.88 ain't going to cut it. Excuse me. Got to clear my throat. Josh Allen had a good game. Great games from his running backs, especially compared to across the aisle. Started both Baltimore running backs, and both had down games. But Amon-Ra St. Brown, 33 points. You know, Chase still had a good game, but not enough. But then Jennings also 20 points. And Debo Samuel, not many points. Hold on, I want to pull up the chat while I'm thinking about it. Because if you guys are talking to me, I can't actually see that. And you're not going to be able to communicate with me. My throat's kind of going out. Okay, I don't see any chat, so if you said something, I did not see it. Let me click in here. Yeah, no one. Okay, we're good. Let me turn this down. Okay, where were we? Tight ends. TJ Hawkinson, bad week. Didn't do shit. Goddard didn't do much more, but enough more. Same thing with these flexes. 13 from Robinson, but only 1.5 from Scary Terry, but 0 from Ricky Pearsall. 7.9, so kind of fine. But 25 points from Chris Boswell is enough to give him a little bit of an edge, and I Am the Liquor gets the victory. And a big one at that for him, because like I said, seeding and implications and money on the line. You still, I mean, even if you don't get that 1 seed, you want that 2 seed. Because you want that 2 seed because, you know, you want that bye week. You don't want it to play 3 wins in a row. 2 wins in a row, 16, 17. That's a lot easier, you would think, than getting 15, 16, 17 in a row. Next up, Bohawks Boner, off the name change, gets a victory off of Slay City Slayers, 99 to 90 points. Slay City under 100 for the 4th consecutive week. His team, but hey, he got closer to 100. It was kind of scaling down. It was like 90, 80, 70, back up to 90. Maybe he's on the upkeep. We will see. Or up in the uptick, excuse me. But let's see what happened. Well, first and foremost, I don't really think there's a lot of in-depth discussion we need to do here, but what I think something to point out is negative 0.2 from Raheem Mostert. Didn't get hurt. 3 carries, negative 2 yards. Clearly an afterthought in that offense. At this point, he found out that the hard way because, you know, he had someone with, 10 points. He wins. So, and just finding a running back with 10 points, well, let's see. Let's look at his bench. Did he have a running back with 10 points? Oh, he did. Roshan Johnson, actually. Or he could have started, moved some shit around to get, well, wait, who's in his flex? He got a running back in his flex? No. So he would have to start Roshan. If he starts Roshan, he's got 10 points, he wins. So that's just the way luck goes. But Jaden Daniels had a bad week, thus, only 15 points. 34 from Mixon was huge on Monday Night Football for him. That kind of put him over top to get the victory. Only 0.8 from Gabe Davis because he got hurt. 0.9 from Noah Brown because he's Noah Brown. I mean, Nothing crazy over here. And nothing crazy over here. I mean, really the craziest is Joe Mixon, and that, of course, was on the winning side. So neither of these teams are out of the playoffs. Both teams are 4-7. Need to start going and getting putting victories together now. And Bullock's Boone starting off that run with a victory. Next up, you like that? Yes, I do, because he beats Bill Cosby 135-128. Bill Cosby, another loss. You gotta hate that for him. He is not won in that long of time. And 128's a good score. Kind of an unlucky loss. He would have, if he facing Bijan Badness, McLovin, he's facing either of the two teams we just said. He faces Tinker McTinkerton or Bohax Pitt. He's got the victory. Unlucky loss. We've talked about that in the past. I didn't get those charts because I didn't think we'd have time. So we'll go back to those next week and kind of go over that. But Bill Cosby just, even when he gets a good score, can't get the victory. But we'll go in there real quick. Jared Goff got him 42 points. Big reason for that big score. What's some things he could have done differently? Let's take a look. I mean, his kicker didn't do really great, but kickers are streaky anyways. But, Travis Etienne, Devonta Smith didn't do much, but you're probably starting those guys. And then over on this side, you got 3.2 only from Andrews. Everyone he started, it's a decent team. So, unfortunately for Bill Cosby, he takes the loss. You like that gets the victory. 2 more matchups left before we get to talk about playoffs. Playoffs? Yeah, playoffs. Bijan Badness gets a victory despite a lower score for him than in recent weeks over McLovin. 119-90 points. Let's see what happened. Well, why did he have a lower score? Jalen Hurts kind of had a lower score. So did Bijan Robinson. But Montgomery picked up some of that slack. But really over here where I really want to point out, still 28 for Herbert. That's pretty great. But Aaron Jones, only 4.08. 5 from Nick Chubb. 4 from Hopkins. Pickens had 12.9, which is not bad, but not great. Pitts, the $40 man Pitts, 1.4 points. That's not going to help you. Just a lot of his better players didn't perform. And I'm not going to really need to go into this too much because I already see where we are already at. What I see it. There it is, 19 minutes. So I'm going to try and move this along. And we'll just say that Bijan got the victory, moving to 9-2. McLovin sitting at 5-6. And last but certainly not least, Damn Daniels almost beat the high score for the season, 187.86 to 121.32. Fearboner with a solid score. What happened? Well, 35 points from Burrow, 32 from Barkley, 15 from Swift, 10 from Metcalf, 11 from Thomas, 37 from Taysom Hill. Lucky bastard. 15 from Ertz, 13 from Eckler, 6 from his kicker, 10 from his defense. Just a masterclass of luck and just good players and awesomeness. On this side, still a great 121's a good score. 29 from Tua, 18 from A-Chain. Dowdle kind of screwed him. Waddle kind of screwed him. And really doesn't matter who screwed him because 120 is a fine score, but when you face someone doing 187, you're probably not going to win. This is probably not going to happen. Can you guys still hear me? Oh, I think my camera turned off. Hold on. How do we fix the camera? How do we fix the camera? Looks like you can still hear me. I see the mic moving. Let's see. Gotta love technology. Actually, funny story, I don't like technology because it's trash. Let's see if I do this. I might just have to switch the camera. Do. Give me 1 sec. There we go. We fixed it. I don't know how long that was. I just noticed the light on the camera was out, and I was like, hopefully this is recording or I'm going to be Beast. Mudang is the GOAT. All right. Back in... Holy shit, what happened here? Small that back down. There we go. Technical difficulties, but I'm a fucking genius. Okay? And they're going to try and deport me because I like to eat pussy. Are you kidding me? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Rick Pucci says, well, yeah, technology in Mexico is barbed wire tied to a flashlight. Hey, tell your guy to stop being mad at me for eating pussy, and I'll be just fine. Anywho. Oh, we already went over that. So that was the last matchup. So, record time. And I'm going to pull off the chat for a second on my phone to pull up Sleeper so I can look at the better stats, because Sleeper, for some reason, thinks, hey, people only look at this on their phone and when they don't need all the same features. And it's like, no, Sleeper, you stupid fox. You do need these features. It's very important because Senor needs them to look at the standings in more detail. So let's go to the league and pull up the league standings. Yes. All right. So, as you can see, Bijan Badness is alone at the top at 9-2. Doing very well for himself. Bohex Pitt, the point leader on the season with 1,470 points. He and I Am the Liquor tied in second, one game back at 8-3. Damn Daniels, Tinker McTinkerton, and You Like That, all tied at 6-5. I'm just going to do a record for now. 5-6, two teams, Fearboner and McLovin. 4-7, two teams, Slacey Slayers and Bullhawks Boner. 3-8 is High Quality Schroel, and then last at 2-9 is Pill Cosby, who also has had the most points scored against him. Now, why is this being a piece of trash? All right, here's the points standing. So, the top 5 in points are also the top 5 in record. Different order for points, but that doesn't matter. Record is all that matters. But your 6th seed in points is also your 6th seed now on record, which is You Like That. So, the next team down, and this is insane. I want everyone to realize how fucking insane this is. This is crazy. This is insane. The next best seed right now is Mr. High Quality H2O. Mr. 3-8. Mr. hasn't won a game until week 8. He was winless till week 8. 0-7 going into week 8. Gets a victory. He is... I'm going to do some loosey-goosey math. But he's 68 points behind You Like That. Okay? So just keep that in mind. That if he were to, that's the gap for him. He has 3 weeks to outscore You Like That by 68 points and not have, who's behind him? Mr. Slacey Slayers is behind him at 1186. So he's got about another, let's call it 50 points back from him. So he can't be outscored that way. But and then if you go back even further, it starts getting a little bit, it's like another 30 points and then another 30, so we'll just keep it at those two. Right now it looks like your top 6 team, right, or your top 5, those guys should probably make it. Now, granted, here's the thing to keep in mind too. So from You Like That up to Tinker McTinkerton, You Like That up to I Am the Liquor, if he were start losing a lot for some reason, he is only 3 more points above You Like That. So there is interesting little situation there that is a brewing, So, I don't know. The most likely scenario, because of the records and everything, is that You Like That, because I Am the Liquor would literally have to, loot, right away he'd have to lose at least 2 more games to to get down to that 5-loss spot that you like that is. So you like that could get it on record at that point, and then, that. So, but high-quality H2O, honestly, a little reminiscent, if you don't remember, of his championship year, where he didn't do shit to start, and all of a sudden he came on like a fireball, like a fucking rocket ship to the goddamn sun. And he said, I'm going to give a fuck if the sun's hot. I'm going for it, and I'm going to win that title. The belt's sitting, he's like, the trophy's in the sun, I'm going to blow it up. That's what he did, and he did it. He blew up the fucking Fantasy Sun that year, and he won it all. This would be even more insane, though, because he was literally 0-7 going into week 8. 7 losses straight. 7. Just think about that. There is, 15, 16. So we play 14 games in the regular season in this league. That means he lost the first half of the season. He never won. If he makes the playoffs and goes far into it and wins it, insane. Okay, but there is also other playoff implications. Like, for example, Bijan Bendis is only 1 game up of the 2 guys behind him and only 3 games up of the guys behind him. So he's probably safe for a top 3 finish unless he loses out. If Bijan Bendis were to lose out the next 3 weeks, then he would become kind of in this weird floaty area as well, where he could maybe potentially, I don't think he'd ever miss the playoffs, but it's on the table. Let's just put it that way. Probably not likely. Very low probability. But just want to point it out because that is kind of important. And then if I didn't already say it, I think I did, but if I didn't already say it, really the poorest person of everyone in this league is Bill Cosby. Just cannot get a victory. He's not even the lowest points. There's 3 teams worse than him. Bohawks Boner, Fear Boner, and McLovin. Those 2 guys have less points scored than him. And he's got like a nice 25-point gap above them even. So that's just where we go. And that's just what it is. But that's what we need to look at now is as we go to wow, the preview show. And I got to fix the camera again because it was broken. There we go. But I'm a genius and I know how to resize a camera in Streamlabs. Yeah. Fucking big brain in here. Okay? Why did none of you write me in the vote? That's the other question. You could just wrote me in. Just said, fuck it, I hate both these 2 assholes. I'm going to write this guy in. He could run the country better. This league has been around for like 12 years. Has anything ever really gone wrong majorly? No. Has everyone had fun? Has a lot of people prospered? Has people, made money? Yeah. Yes, they fucking have. So how dare you? Is all I'm going to say. Anyhow. Moving along. We are into week 12. Big matchups on the line. Now remember, week 12 is very important because it's the last regular week, I'll call it. Because remember, week 13 and 14, our last 2 weeks, are kind of not, I wouldn't call them pre-playoffs. I've called them that in the past, but those matchups are determined by where you are after this week. So, week 13 and 14, week 13 will be determined. First will face third, second will face fourth, fifth will face seventh, sixth will face eighth, ninth will face 11th, and 10th will face 12th. So, very big playoff implications next week. The following week is first versus last, second versus second and last, third, you can, and it works its way in till you get to sixth and seventh will face each other, and fifth and eighth will face each other. So the next 2 weeks, if you're in that like 5th to 8th range after this week, you got 2 tough matchups and 2 opportunities to make it into the playoffs potentially. So let's get into week 12. This is an important week. We're really winding down. Tinker McTinkerton versus McLovin. They are projecting Tinkerton to get the victory, 125 to 103. McLovin currently, as we are playing right now, is it halftime yet? Nope, they just started third quarter. Has 18.6 points. All right, so let's go through it. Kyler Murray, Justin Herbert. Honestly, I like Herbert more against Baltimore. Usually a soft pass defense. I think Herbert should be pretty damn good. Kyler, sometimes he's hit or miss, so I'm going to say Herbert. Also, Tinker's had bad luck with quarterbacks lately. I don't know what that's about. Gibbs and Williams, Jones and Chubb. Give me Gibbs and Williams. Brown and Hill, Hopkins and Pickens. Give me Brown and Hill. It seems like Hill kind of figured it out a little bit last week. We'll see if that continues. Hopkins kind of seemed like he wasn't doing that good, and I just don't know how much they're going to need him against Carolina. Bowers versus Kraft. Give me Bowers. Right now he's got Kelsey in there and Tracy, and he's got Harris and Hubbard. Give me, I guess, Kelsey and Tracy. That's kind of a little close to me. Hubbard's very good, but KC defense is tough. Kickers, I don't really see nothing crazy. Give me a slight edge to Washington over Dallas just because Chicago last week did seem like their offense was a little bit better at least. So against Minnesota's kind of softer pass defense, the great run defense, but softer pass defense, as long as the Bears aren't defeated from having their kick blocked, you know, I could see Chicago maybe put up some points, and that might not be so great. Pat Bohack is here. He says, say his name and he appears. I said your name like an hour ago, and you didn't come. So, you're really slow, Joe Henry. Anyhow, Washington, maybe a slight advantage against Dallas, because Dallas is just a trash fire right now. So, yeah, I do think Tinker should get the victory. I mean, he should get the victory. Thursday nights, I mean, I know we're only in the third quarter, so it's not really like, we still got only the whole half of football, but 9.6 from Chubb, 5.6 from Pickens, 3.4 from Harris. It doesn't seem like he's got any big things. Things could change, obviously, but I think his projection score has gone down since the game has started. So, give me Tinker for the victory. Bohack is always coming. Well, I'm glad you spelled that with an O and not a U. Anywho, Bohack's Pitt versus Damn Daniels. This is probably my matchup of the week, so I'm going to come back to it. Yeah, I'm going to make you wait for that one. Next up, Slay City Slayers versus I Am the Liquor. They are projecting I Am the Liquor to get the victory in a shitty low-scoring game, in a close one, which is pretty much Rick's specialty at this point. 102 to 99. They are projecting Slay City Slayers again for the 5th straight week. I don't actually know. It might be longer because I didn't look before week 8. But another under 100-point week. Let's see. Let's take a look. Love versus May. Give me Love. White and Taylor. Henry Connor. Give me Henry and Connor. Neighbors, Reed, Brown, Jennings. Give me Neighbors and Reed. Neighbors scares me, but give me Neighbors and Reed. I'll be spooky for a minute. Brown might be able to score the other 3 combined, but give me Neighbors and Reed. Fergie and Laporta. Give me Laporta. Lad McConkey the Honky versus Westbrook Ikine. Irving and Pearsall. Give me McConkey and Westbrook Ikine. Dicker, Boswell. Boswell's doing okay for the first half. Whatever. Kickers, defenses, don't see any clear advantages. Oh, I'm actually going to predict an upset here again. I mean, it's not really an upset. They're projected very closely. But I think Slay City gets the victory. I'm guessing there's a lot of buys over here. Oh, yeah. Allen, Henry. Or not Henry. Yeah, I guess it's just basically Allen. Interesting. But anyway, Slay City Slayers, I think, gets the victory. I think it's going to be close, though. It's going to be real close. Bill Cosby versus Bullhawks Bullner. They're projecting Bill Cosby for an under 100-point victory. He has 6 currently. Bullhawks Bullner has 2.5. Should be a close matchup. Let's figure it out. Goff, Daniels, give me Daniels to get back on track. Warren, Stevenson, Mixon, Ford. Ooh. I'm going to go Mixon Ford, but it's because I'm Mixon. It's not because of Ford. And it's not, the other 2 are fine, but I just really think Mixon should be probably pretty good. So anyhow, Smith, Flowers, Brown, Moore. Give me Smith and Flowers. Njoku, Disley. Normally I go Njoku, but the fact that he's doing so bad already, maybe it will be Disley. Oh, yeah, it gets Baltimore too. So, yeah, actually, do give me Disley. Pierce, Mayer, Brooks, Harrison. Well, Harrison should be up here with DJ Moore, and that would have changed that one. But regardless, we'll just do it as he has it. Brooks, Harrison, Mayer, Pierce. Give me Brooks and Harrison, but it's because of Harrison. So if you were to take Brown and put him where he belongs down here with Brooks, I'd take these two. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. Sanders, Lutz, no big thing there. He's got to switch out his defense still. Denver is a good defense against Las Vegas, so that should be pretty good. Did he pick anyone up yet? He did not. Kittle should be back, so he's still got to set his lineup. Oof. Yeah, well. All right, I guess. Yeah, I think I'm going to say that Bill Cosby gets back in the win column this week. I don't know. I have a feeling about it. I don't know, I'm losing my voice all of a second. All right, Bijan Badness. You like that? You like that? Let's see if you like that can get the victory. They're projecting to get 116 to 103. Like we said before, you like that. So we were talking about that before, that you like that really could use Bijan Badness losing, as could Tinker McTinkerton and Damn Daniels. They all could use Bijan losing so that they can get closer to that spot. You like that, actually has a chance to do it himself. So let's see. Hurts, Mayfield. I'm going to go Hurts, but it's close. Montgomery, Estime, McCaffrey, Dobbins. Give me McCaffrey, Dobbins. Collins, Sutton, Downs, Cup. Give me Downs, Cup. Otten, Andrews. Give me Otten. Dobbs, Bateman, Walker, Allen. Give me Walker and Allen. Aubrey, Tucker. Give me Aubrey because Tucker's washed. Houston, Philly. Ooh, those are both kind of... I think Houston's got a little advantage, but nothing crazy. Yeah, actually, I think you like that might get this victory. And I'm not... But, you know, no Bijan this week for Mr. Bijan. That's going to help hurt him. So I think you like that's going to take advantage and get the victory. And last, but certainly not least, in this fucking probably 40-minute we're approaching video. High-quality H2O, Fear Boner. Can high-quality H2O get the victories he so very much wants to get and needs and score mega points? They're only projecting him 100.29 points. Fear Boner only 91, so they are projecting victory. Tua, Brock Purdy. If he plays... I think I'll give a slight edge to Purdy, but it's probably a push more. Yeah, we'll call it push. We'll just do push. Achane, Dowdle, Wright, Pollard. Give me Achane and Dowdle. Waddle, Lamb, Dell, Jefferson. Give me Dell and Jefferson. Komet, Jonnu. Got a good feeling about Komet this week. We'll go Komet. JSN and Worthy, Puka and Quinton. Give me Puka and Quinton. He's got a kicker on bye still in his bye week's kicker spot. Bates, so I can't really do that one. Bears defense versus Minnesota. KC versus Carolina. Give me KC. Clear advantage there. Did I miss something? I thought... Oh, I bet you I can't see him because he's not... They don't show IR players. Let's see. Because I thought IQUAL2HO has a Pacheco. Oh, he does. Has he been activated yet? Is he going to play? Let's see. While he's trending in the right direction of the weekend and remains to see if Chase will elect to... If he's held out, Kareem Hunt will again be in line. So, all right. Well, if Pacheco plays, that'll probably help him a lot. But I don't think it really matters. I think he probably still gets the victory. Battle versus Washington, I don't perceive to be a big matchup, especially after the weird week he had last week. I mean, just kind of look, you know, only 49%, 10. They say, oh, he's the starter now. Well, here's 10 carries. 5 targets, only caught 2 of them. Like, I don't know. Just kind of weird. But anywho, high quality HGO with the victory, and then we would move on to the following week. All right. Now this camera's fucked. Oh my god. I'm here. Oh, look, like I could be like in your screen. It's kind of crazy. We're gonna fix this live. I don't care if we're gonna make it a 45-minute video now. You waited this long for me, now you're getting me. There we go. Boom. So we did it. Your week 8, 9, 10, 11 wrap up. Your week 12 preview show. All done. We did it. We made it. We're here. I'm back next week. Week 12 wrap up. Week 13 preview. Playoffs are coming. You better get ready. Time to go. If you think you're out, you're not out. You have an important role in the playoffs of making sure to make it harder for your opponent to make it there. You want to stop them from getting the playoffs. You want to say, like, oh, you thought you were going to walk all over me because I'm having a bad year? Fuck you. Right there you go. Hey, one finger salute. Suck my dick. You're not going in the playoffs. I'm going to keep you out, and I want you to hate me for it. Got it? Good. Until next time. Adios.